listening to the Funbox Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I ate a bunch of LSD.
I did a series of videos on rape victims.
Dude, being left-handed is the worst thing in the world.
With your host, Rob Webb.
Can you tell me if it's cut or uncut?
For visual sakes, oh man, it's a very much so uncut. That's how I roll.
Nice.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fun Box Podcast, episode 59. 59 episodes. There we go. I had you off for a little bit. 59 episodes.
59.
If you want to check us out and watch the videos, we're on YouTube. If you're listening to a streaming service, we are on YouTube. The Fun Box Podcast on YouTube. And then if you also want to buy merchandise, teespring.com. It's in the description, at teespring.com, the Fun Box store. Also, we are brought to you by the Pizza Galley. Grab your pizzas and ahoy matey. And also in Liberty Avenue, Vermilion, Ohio. Also, what else do we got to plug here to get them out of the way? My next guest today. Super excited. It's been a while since I've seen him.
Woo!
I was in a band with the guy for a while. I don't know how many years, 4 years maybe.
Oh my gosh.
5 years? I don't know. Who knows how long we're
4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And musician, bass player for Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd tribute. Actually, I had two other guys that were in Wish You Were Here were on the show. Ooh. So are they like rivals? Do you guys hate each other? Okay. Anyway, one second. Everybody, David Mast. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, David Mast, put your hands together.
Oh, wow.
There we go. Audio levels are always horrible. I think we're over here right now.
Oh, all right.
There we go.
Yeah, there.
There we go. Yeah.
Right.
Hello, everybody. But yeah, how are you doing, dude?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm excited. I'm excited that the world is opening up.
Yeah, I didn't think it would happen. I thought it'd happen. I didn't think it'd happen this soon, but I'm afraid of something happening to where I'm afraid of DeWine saying something like the numbers hit. I don't follow the science behind the curve or the inflation of virus deaths. I don't know how they
Every death now is
Yeah.
related to virus, or it was, maybe not anymore, but
yeah, it was like I think I want to call him, what's the guy's name? George Floyd also had COVID. he died of COVID, guys.
yeah. Well, they for a while you couldn't even tell.
Yeah.
Okay, you get in a car accident, you go to the ER, you die on the table because it's bad, but they find that you had COVID. So it doesn't matter that you were pulled apart in a car wreck. You had COVID. It's a COVID death.
Right.
It's kind of a problem.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard a lot of them are inflated.
Well,
You know what I also heard is inflated? The deaths and no, I'm not going to say that. There's a lot of inflated deaths, and back in 1945. No, I'm just kidding.
there were a lot of deaths.
There was a lot of deaths. Yeah.
44 wasn't much better.
All right.
Hard times.
In Poland, or in Europe, there was a lot. In Russia as well, I believe. Also China.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was a bad.
The great purge.
Yeah, it was a purge of the loss of man. I know Civil War in America was a big purge of men.
Yeah, but what they did in China and Russia was
frightening. Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's
But
sad Trump on Don.
Yeah, bad. But it's what is it? Things are getting better. I can't help but be optimistic.
Yeah.
I got my first shot.
Oh yeah.
My arm's finally no longer sore.
Is you the first shot? What do you mean? Is it a vaccine?
Yeah, I got my first shot of the vaccine.
My mom just got it.
Couple days ago, and wife got hers yesterday. I made a mistake of touching her shoulder, which was still sore. That cost me a lot of points.
I seem to get sick whenever I get a flu shot. It seems like.
Yeah, but I don't get as sick as I get when I get the flu. And this was nothing. My parents are 88 and 85. 88 and 80, whatever. They're older.
Right.
And they got both shots. They've had both shots now, and I actually went out to lunch with them after they got the second one, which is supposed to really drain you or whatever. It has more complications after the second one. And they were like, there's nothing. Now, it makes me wonder if they actually got it or they got, water. But I don't really want to say that because I'm going through this. But I'm really tired of not actually being able to do this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm tired of not being able to high five people at a concert.
Going to a concert.
Yeah, I think about I almost thought at some point it was going to be like a time has passed and we would never see again, like when the Cavs won the championship. Well, I remember I was in Cleveland when they went to the finals in 2007.
Yeah.
They went to the finals, and I was in Cleveland at the time, and it was the whole just how many germs did I get that day? Like way too many.
Incredible.
I was high-fiving everybody. So it's you can only imagine where some of those hands have been.
Is it something that we should be grateful that we knocked out the championship, that LeBron was here in 2016 and we got it done? Because God help us if this had happened.
Oh, if the Browns went to
and we
the
couldn't
Super
be
Bowl, and if somehow the Browns, that would be the Cleveland luck, is we would win the Super Bowl during the pandemic.
Right, because we would be downtown anyway. We would be having a party downtown.
Yeah, we would. Yeah,
and it would become the ultimate COVID hotspot. Cleveland won the Super Bowl.
yeah.
Everybody dies.
That's funny. I was people were really upset about the storming of the Capitol, and somebody told me, texted me about it, like, check this out, it's a bunch of bullcrap. They're like the same people as the other people. I'm like, well, the other people didn't burn. These people aren't burning down private businesses. I'm glad it's not your uncle's coffee shop. I'd rather it be the Cathedral of Death. Sorry, never mind. Sorry, I won't go there. Sorry, guys, I ain't gonna start a militia. But anyway,
Wait, I already joined your militia. Oh, sorry.
You didn't start handing out the pamphlets yet, did you?
No, but I got 1,000 of them in the car.
No, but I was looking up, like, people were like, man, a woman died and a cop died or something, like 2 people. And I was just like, well, 8 people died in 1990 in Detroit when the Detroits won the championship. I was like, let's go back to those days where people died for fucking sports. How about that?
Yeah.
In that case, I'm just saying, in that aspect, in that case, it seems as though if a president loses or wins, it seems like if 8 people in Detroit died when the Pistons won, I'm surprised it doesn't happen every election.
Right, because somebody
just goes crazy.
Somebody wins and they have a riot.
Yeah. Like, like even football, like Europe has soccer, they do that a lot.
And then sometimes in soccer they actually kill the players that lose.
Yeah.
Which takes you right back to, some of those South American traditions of the losing team. So gets put to
when
death.
People are so like, it's just, you need to take your loss. This is so, they're so angry about people being mad that their president didn't win. And I'm like, there's people that are way more angry when the Pistons lose or win. Or dude, if the Browns win, are you guys gonna be blogging about that? And like you frumpy people in LA, are you gonna be like, oh, this is absurd behavior by Cleveland fans?
They're losing their minds.
Yeah,
and everybody, yeah. No, I don't quite understand it, but it happens.
Yeah.
That people lose their mind celebrating. I don't know how you lose your mind celebrating when people die. But then think about Detroit. Every Halloween, half of Detroit gets set on fire. So,
oh shit.
There's things to celebrate.
Yeah.
And then there's, maybe it's just different ways to celebrate.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited to come out of this. And, I'm, as are you. I'm scared to death that somebody's going to play with the numbers again. I'm like, I'm sorry, we didn't make our numbers, and therefore everyone must handcuff themselves to their bathroom doors and can't leave the house for the next week. It gets way too absurd. And these goals that they have set are, maybe they're realistic, maybe they're not. I love the idea of the world opening up again, but I'm only a little optimistic that it will. In the meantime, I'm going to deal with the optimism and hope everybody can get out and walk around and see. I got to hug my parents after I got my first shot. I got to hug my parents for real for the first time in months, a long time, a long time, and that was a sweet thing. But my wife and I, we've flown down to Atlanta and seen the kids. Nothing too extreme, but I'm ready to never have a mask in my car.
Yeah.
That I have to fish for off the floorboards and it's dirty. I'm ready to not have to do that.
I've had to do that. I went into a I have had to just put my shirt up. Like this. It's crazy. It's crazy in the hood. They'll be like, no masks, no enter. I'm like, it used to be like you wore a hood.
If you wore a hoodie.
Yeah, a hoodie. It's like now you have to cover your face. It's perfect time to stick people up.
It's now. Gee, funny you should say that because
I'm not condoning it. I'm just
but like I got 2 kids in Atlanta. And Atlanta crime. There's an Atlanta crime spree of murders and carjackings, and I'm talking to my daughter last night, and she's walking down the street. And I had the Jones for a donut. And I'm like, why people need to go get donuts at 9 o'clock at night? Can you think of a reason why that might be necessary to do? I can only think of one. I'm not going to actually say it out loud. But, and then we realized where she was. It's like, honey, turn around and go home. You can't be walking around looking at your phone where you are.
Yeah.
And she turns around and looks around. She's like, why? There are people walking around all over the place. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll stop being a hysterical parent. You just turn around and go home and make Dad happy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Christ.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard. But we're going to open up and we're going to start playing music out again.
Yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait I'm actually more excited to go to see music than anything. Speaking of music, you got...
Speaking of music.
The Dark Side of the Moon.
I'm so ready.
And you have at the Lorraine Palace on Broadway.
The Lorraine Palace, April 3rd, Dark Side of the Moon, man, and we are bringing everything, all the lasers, all the lights, the giant hoop screen, this thing that is like this, and we're going to set it all up, and we're going to play some of the greatest music ever written, ever performed. I got to see these guys. I don't remember it with great clarity, but I got to see them in '77 when they did the Animals tour and came through the old gigantic Cleveland Stadium,
right?
With 110,000 of my closest personal friends were all there to watch. But it opened with a 737 flying 1,000 feet over the stadium in a roar that hasn't been duplicated since. I think they sanctioned the pilot and suspended him and did all kinds of evil things. I don't know how you arrange something like that. I tried to do it for a show we did out in Mayfield Village a couple years ago, and they laughed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I need an F-14 to do on its tail straight up over these coordinates. And they're like, why? I'm like, because, if you do that at 7:59 at 8 o'clock, we're going to open a Pink Floyd concert. And the guy just laughed and hung up. I was like, it was distressing.
Yeah, how do you ever even go about getting it? You almost have to find somebody personally and serve them a check with a bunch of zeros.
I was looking. I honest to God, I was looking. The air show was at Burke Lakefront at the municipal airport. They had jets. This was Saturday night. I'm like, guys, practice refueling or something right there, right over Mayfield Village. Just be perfect. And then just do stand up and go. They're like, yeah, no. Click.
Yeah.
I'm like, can I talk to somebody else? No. I'm just we're just gonna avoid all this. So it was an interesting idea that just didn't pan out, but yet the show was, I think there were 4,000 people packed onto the hill at the Grove, and it was a great show. And the guys that I'm playing with, it sort of reminds me of our old Mr. Show when we were just in the groove.
Mr. Show was the band we were in.
Yes.
From 2009. I was in it from 2009 till 2015.
Right. And I think I joined in 2011, 2012, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's that tight. It's an amazing group of guys. And the two women that sing backups and do all of those all of these incredible notes are unbelievably talented. I don't know how Jeff Tucker, who leads the band, I don't know how he put it all together, but it is really something to.
Speaking of the tribute band stuff, I've had E-Rock and Jamie Combs from Wish You Were Here. And do you guys ever like get weird show conflicts? It's like, oh, we already got a tribute band.
Yeah.
We got Wish You Were Here. Sorry. They're contracted.
I think that I think there's plenty of room.
Oh yeah,
and
especially for Pink Floyd.
Yeah. So they're going to go do a show in Columbus, and while they're doing a show in Columbus, we're going to do a show in Pittsburgh.
Right.
And they're going to be, I think every year they do a show at the House of Blues, and we'll be in Akron. And do we cross paths? I don't really think so. I mean, E-Rock has been at this a long time.
Yeah.
Kudos to him and the band. It is a fabulous group of guys. Great show.
She's my bud.
That's E-Rock right there.
Yeah. And E-Rock is a very talented guy. Should I say that we're better? Not necessarily. They're a good band. We are a good band. I mean, it's everything you want, dating back to when you listened to Dark Side of the Moon when you were 20 years old and 19 whatever.
Yeah.
We bring it and put it right there for you to experience it again.
Yeah, I figured if you are in a cover band or any kind of thing, it's like, yeah, you're going, or tribute band too. I'm sure there's a lot of bands doing that. I'm sure every state has its own handful of tribute bands.
Oh yeah, I mean, and there are guys that tour as Elton John and
how many Elvis impersonators are there?
Well, if you leave Vegas, the number drops. But I'm Bad is a great Michael Jackson band. I mean, I've seen him. My wife loves Michael Jackson, so I think we've seen him twice. We've seen a Bee Gees tribute band because my wife loves that stuff.
Yeah,
and so you go, but you support the. I think at the Lorraine Palace, and I'll plug the Lorraine Palace here. Ready?
Yeah.
They've got Rumors that's coming in as a Fleetwood Mac tribute. They've got 2 or 3, I think, Escape, which is a Journey tribute, just played there. So the tribute bands are out there, and the goal is to take you back to that concert experience. And I never saw Pink Floyd up close and personal because I only saw them with 110,000 other people.
Yeah.
But, the Palace, I think, under COVID rules, is going to hold maybe 300 people. And you are going to have a great seat to see and hear what you saw, whether it was 20 or 30 or 40 years ago. I mean, it's going to be great.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy how, before we go any further, let's actually, you want to, I drink it all already.
Oh my God.
And I was going to do the traditional drink toast for the show to kick off the show. And then after this, we could go into the top 10 memes, cover those, and then talk about music some more or whatever.
Okay.
Talk about farts, poop, pee,
and the videos. My youngest daughter, just so you know.
Oh, I don't need any of that. I'm good.
Okay, I'm just going to touch that because it's cold.
Yeah.
My youngest daughter said to me, "Dad, I've seen Mr. Webb." She called you Mr. Webb.
Mr. Webb?
You are Mr. Webb.
Oh, wow.
Well, she's young, so I saw Mr. Webb's Fun Box podcast. She said, "Have you seen any of the top 10 memes that they do?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah." She says, am I going to have to watch you comment on those? And I'm like, well, yeah. She says, I don't think I can watch my dad do that. And I'm like, yeah, you can. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Don't tell your mom.
Oh, man. It is, that's funny. I don't know, man. It's not for the faint of heart, man. It's definitely for liberal boomers, Gen Xers, and down, and then it stops at Gen Z. Gen Z, no, I'm sorry, you will be offended.
Yeah, well, and we have a rule in my house that, fuck you if you can't take a joke.
Yeah, well, it's funny how it's turned into how it's gotten to be. Like back in the 90s, I saw this funny meme. It was Marilyn Manson has been outed as a creep and kind of like a sexual deviant in the bedroom and stuff like that.
Okay.
And victimizing kind of verbally and mentally and like physically victimizing his relations or whatever.
His partners. Yeah.
And I saw this meme that it was like, it says that, and then the bottom is like 90s Christian parent sips tea loud as fuck.
Well, but, what I thought was great about Marilyn Manson is, I was never a big fan because it's death metal and I'm just not a death metal
guy. What do you expect? He's going to torture your clitoris with shock therapy or something.
Yes, but if you look at the pictures, I mean, just the album covers. Do you have any idea? Is this you're going to be surprised that there's some deviance here,
right? But you know how it usually is. A lot of the even comics when they're letting it out, like in their private life, they're usually the best people meet. Like these metalheads, they're like backstage. They're like, that was a good show. Yeah, very. Yeah.
Can I get a Pepsi now?
Can I get a Pepsi now? Yes. No alcohol, please. My stomach is a little.
Yes, but boy, do we bring it! Yeah. Ah, let's rock this mother trucker! Yeah. And then we'll go and we'll have a Pepsi and some cookies. It just doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way.
No. But but I was funny. I just think it's interesting how the pendulum kind of swings. It used to be like conservative, like type people were trying to, do the censoring, and now it's pendulum where like the progressives are trying to censor everything, and it's very interesting. And now all these conservatives are like, "What the fuck this fucking shit, motherfucker!" And I'm like, "Damn, all right." That's how it goes.
But I didn't know the conservatives actually remembered those words because they haven't used them in decades because they didn't need to. But now, with the pendulum this far, then the conservatives are like, we need to. Can we? We'll take one of those timeouts that the progressives brought to us back in 2004. Yeah. We'll take a timeout and examine this because everything is not okay. And even if everything is okay, I still don't want to pay for it.
Yeah. Well, I look at it too, and I'm a big advocate for like free market and letting the market decide on stuff. And if you want to cancel me, even it's up to you. You're a private business. I don't care. A lot of people that are conservative are a lot against a lot of that. But as long as they're not legislating anything, I'm fine. I'll say, I'll be in my closet and I'll say the N-word. Are you going to stop me? No. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. In my own house, do I do that? Nobody will know. I'm in my closet. Am I saying? I could be saying nincompoop for all you know. So.
That's right. Lots of N-words, like, nope.
Yeah, nope, and necrophilia. Oh, yeah. I almost prefer the other one.
Yeah.
But, but anyway.
But no.
Let's do this. Let's do drinks. All right, everybody, if you're listening to this right now, I'm going to copy off the shout out to the Midnight Train podcast. And I'm going to, tip your seats back. Let's get cozy and drink on something, on whatever you're drinking on. Pour yourself a nice glass. But this is, we're drinking Jack Daniels here in the studio. And here we go.
Jack Daniels, if you please.
From David Allan Coe. That's a guy that just liberally said the N-word.
Didn't really care.
No. That's another weird thing when it comes to liberal and conservative. You would think that, like people that drill oil, they liberally drill for oil, and the people that want to conserve the environment are conservative. I just don't get it.
Yeah, well, and
Conservationists.
And then they fill up their cars with gas, or they get on their private jets. So
Yeah, Elon Musk was. I was like, what the fuck, Elon? He was talking to Joe Rogan about raising what he could do to expedite the clean energy, enterprise is to raise carbon tax. It's like you can. I mean, now what are you going to do? All the people that drive these cars, we're going to
pay more.
We're going to pay more taxes on our cars? Is that what's going to happen?
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. So if you got to drive a lot, it's a problem. Unless, of course, you buy one of his electric cars, in which case you never fill up at the pump and you're not burning that. But nobody actually asked the question how the electricity was produced. And it's really difficult to produce electricity without creating CO2 because, it takes coal. Or, nukes. And then nukes have their own issues. Once Elon figures out the whole battery mess, or somebody else does, we're going to be in really good shape because we can store all of our solar panel energy and all of our wind power energy in giant batteries, or maybe even small ones, the size of a glass of Jack Daniels, in our basement or in the shed out back, and power our house with this stuff that we've stored forever. We're not there yet.
Let's harvest human bodies like the Matrix.
Yeah, that's kind of frightening. I really don't like that.
No,
Let's not do that. I don't want to think about that. That movie caused me no end of trouble.
What, with your mind?
Yeah, because how many times can you pinch yourself until you wake up?
I don't know.
I tell you that I
Die
tried.
in the Matrix, you die in real life, apparently.
Right, but if you never wake up while you're, in one of those cocoons where they're harvesting your battery life, then you're just another.
I thought it was really funny about that movie when when Morpheus is talking to Neo. He says, "Unfortunately, nobody can show you what the Matrix is, or to be told what the Matrix is. I have to show you." So yeah, nobody can tell you what the Matrix is. I was like, but at least you could have briefed him on the fact that he's going to be sucked through a hole,
right,
and into a thing, and a robot's going to pick his body out of this water, and there's going to be tubes connected to you that are going to suck,
bum, 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 and they're all going to explode off your body, and then you're going to get dumped in a pit.
Yeah.
So a little bit more than the red red pill.
I was just saying, brief me
a
a little bit. You could have warned me a little bit. Like, even though I probably wouldn't have. At least I'd be like, oh, that's what he's talking about.
Right. That was pretty.
At least I knew,
and then,
beforehand.
Right, and then down into the swamp where bodies go to rot and die.
Yeah.
To get picked up by a giant claw off a spaceship.
Yeah, I would have liked to have been briefed on that one.
Yeah, that would have made sense.
Yeah, okay, but giant claw.
Yeah, Neo. Here's the deal. You're actually, this is imaginary. This is real, sorta, but you're really in this little cocoon thing, and you're going to take this pill, and it's going to cause your body in that cocoon to go into shock and die. At which point, you're going to get pumped out of there, dumped down a tube into a waste can. And you're going to be suffering from almost dying.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then we're going to break in there and get your body out, and then we're going to rehab it.
Yeah, rehabilitate your body.
With multiple TENS units strapped to every muscle of your body for 2 or 3 months, at which point you'll be able to walk around like a normal human being, except you'll have this big hole in the back of your neck.
That take like a minute, maybe.
I think whatever I just said, it took a minute. But here's the issue. Would you believe it?
Probably not, but at least when it's happening, I'd be like, oh
yeah, this is what he meant. This is what he meant. Yeah, this is pretty fucked up. Okay, here comes the claw.
Yeah, I remember that one. But I saw this meme today. Actually, it was Morpheus. He's like driving. He's like, ooh. He's like, I took the red pill and the blue pill at the same time.
That's kind of a problem. I'm dying, but I'm here.
Yeah. But all right, here we're gonna go over the top 10 memes. Every episode we do this because it's for some reason our Facebook group grabbed a hold. There's like over 600 people in the Facebook group, and everybody's posting memes. And I just take the top 10, the top most liked people that reacted on them,
Right.
and then I take those, and it took me a good hour to get them all. Because there's a lot to go through. And then there's some people. So there's a lot of memes. Somebody had gotten maybe 30 likes, and then they posted something that was 31. So they outdid themselves. So I gave them that. There's a lot of really good prolific meme people out there that
Right.
there's a select handful that just constantly post all the time, and they get a lot of responses. But this segment is called What's on Your Mind, Top 10 Meme, episode 59 edition. Here we go.
I had to press the bell. I couldn't help myself.
It's there for a reason.
Yeah. We could get one shaped like a breast. I'm just saying, and you could hit it. But you would probably spend more time with it than just.
Yeah.
It could become distracting.
Yeah, it would. What's on your mind?
What's on your mind?
What's on your mind?
Top 10 memes.
The top 10 memes of a Facebook group. This is a long intro. It just keeps going.
Yeah.
Every episode it stays the same thing. I need to shorten this, and I always forget to.
I don't know, man. I think you need the intro to build
Yes.
the expectations that are coming. But if the memes suck, then it's kind of people can go get another beer while they're waiting. So that's good.
This seems to be the most favorite part of the show for a lot of people. So I've been separating this part and editing it, and then posting just the meme section of our podcast just to get people on board with what we're doing.
Okay.
And we're satire, puke, junk, jokes. It's a comedy podcast.
This is where we get to be offensive if we feel like it.
It's all comedy. I mean, we all know that baby joke you heard. You're like, oh my lord, yeah, it's awful, and that's the point. I'll say a racist joke just to make my white friends cringe, and
Does it work?
I love it. I love seeing my white friends go, ooh.
I can't believe I can't believe you actually said that out loud. But I was thinking it all last week.
Yeah.
But today you said it. Oh my God! And I'll be ashamed for you and for the rest of us.
Let the world know that you're upset to let people know that you're morally superior than me.
Yes, but being an unrepentant American means you actually get to do that. That's of all the things that we get to do, this is one of them, because you're going to show a bunch of stuff that offends just about everybody at one point or another. Everyone that sees this should be offended by at least one part of one of these memes.
Oh, I get offended by some things, but I let it go. Just like I saw a picture of the devil, or Jesus blowing the devil. I'm like, that's bad. But I just kept to myself. I just didn't say anything. I just kept going.
Well, I don't want to say art is in the eye of the beholder. Wait, I think I should. But the point is that hopefully we can lend some silliness to
absolutely
this.
All right.
All right.
We'll go number 10. Here we go. Number 10
right,
on
number 10.
What's on Your Mind segment number 10. This is actually Claire Montgomery posted this. This is a police beat from Vermilion, Ohio. Nantucket Place, Vermilion. I actually used to live in those apartments over there. Caller is 17. Advised his 20-year-old brother slapped him while at home. Caller is currently at Rite Aid, standing by for officer. Brother is still at home. Spoke with both parties. Both parties were advised. Spoke with parents and advised them of the situation. That's it.
That's it?
That's the entire...
That's it.
That's it. That's the entire story. That's what happens in Vermilion, guys. Besides the occasional OD.
What would be really cool here is if the parents smacked both of the kids. I would be okay with that.
I wish, the cop or the police would say, advise the parents smack both kids. I'd be like, yes, there's a resolve to it.
But remember, back in the day, one, this would never have made a report. And two, it wouldn't have made a report because the cops would have smacked the 17-year-old and then smacked the 20-year-old and then smacked the parents for not smacking the 17-year-old and the 20-year-old
endless cycle
in the first place, and said, y'all need to straighten up. And we can't even do that. So the cops are now totally disabled, which is frightening.
Yeah. we left them in the hands of their parents,
Of their-
where they got their violent tendencies from.
Which is, yeah. So the 20-year-old learned this from his father, and the 17-year-old learned this from his mother. And,
Because they have PTSD from getting abused
and
by their own parents.
And we left them all alone together.
All right, number 9. That was a good briefing of that meme.
All right.
Number 9. These pictures smell like pee. It's a bunch of pictures of kids' blankets. I like this one. This one is.
Wait.
All right, there's a Lion King blanket, a Goosebumps blanket, a Barney blanket, and a Power Rangers blanket, and they all definitely probably smell like pee.
I was going to say that my wife might have posted this because I think we had all those. No, we never had a Goosebumps. All right, honey, you're off the hook. But I know we had Power Rangers, and God knows we had Barney and Pumbaa. Oh,
Right.
Jesus.
Well, I had an Alf blanket that definitely smelled like pee. Oh, for sure.
You just dated yourself, right? Because
Yeah.
Alf was a while ago.
Yeah, I had an Alf sleeping bag that was definitely smelled like pee because I was a bedwetter and it sucked. That's why I don't think anything can ever really be. I can never feel embarrassed. It's got to be really big for me to feel embarrassed. I peed the bed at a field trip. Like pretty much everybody found out. Sucked. Awful. And I was already a quiet kid. So it was like I didn't have like a cool thing to back me up. Like, oh yeah, but Rob, he's cool. He knows karate. No.
Well, my parents sent me to Red Raider camp when I was very young.
Yeah.
It was an hour-long bus ride to get home. And it happened right after swimming. Needless to say, I was very grateful to learn that I was the last person on the bus and had to be wakened by the bus driver. And the bus driver would just frown because I had left some of myself on the bus.
Oh,
It's
pee.
one of those things, yeah.
You peed.
So yeah, and then I got over it because, but it happens. But I never had a Barney blanket, which I think probably would have solved or at least covered up some of those.
And that will also make you at most 35 years old.
Yeah, as opposed to Red Raider. Guys, if you know when Red Raider was, you can pretty much tell how old I was. Although
Red Raider.
it's still there, so maybe not. I don't know.
All right, number 8. Megan Lynn posted this. Dude couldn't pull out of a driveway. Oh man. This guy has, what has he got?
Oh my God.
9 kids?
Are they? No, I see
So is
3
number-
boys.
So what's up with number 10? Is that his wife?
Yeah.
So why is it number 10?
Yeah, I hope it's not his sister.
Is it like how many people he values? Is it his value system?
I think he's got twins. I think the girls are twins, the top boys are twins, and then he started to screw that. We're just going to do singles from here on out.
Yeah.
But she looks pretty good, for having 9 kids. Oh my God.
Yeah. If that's, yeah. I don't know why she's holding a number though.
I think she should be number 1.
So I assume the man, the father is taking the picture. Perhaps.
Well, I hope it's not the boyfriend.
Yeah.
That would be all FUBAR. So.
Oh man. She started a nice business there.
She's got. They're 2 man. They can play basketball games against each other. In 5 years.
Yeah. That's a lot, but I like that. Yeah, but it's a picture of a bunch of kids, guys. For the audio listeners, a bunch of kids, with numbers,
9 kids and a beautiful blonde wife, and the husband's been at it.
Yes. At least they have had sex at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 times. And if they've only had sex 7 times, he has bad pull-out game and bad luck and just
He couldn't pull out.
and great, and she's fertile as can be.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
All right, number 7. Mike Pelton posted this. In reality, plants are actually farming us by giving us oxygen daily until we all eventually decompose so they can consume us. Oh.
Ooh.
I don't have any death music.
Yeah, but death music would be good. Do you know there's remember Men in Black? That's pretty good. Do you remember Men in Black, Will Smith? All right. So there were a bunch of books written on Men in Black, and one of them has this species of sort of humanoid, but they are basically trees.
Yeah.
And they can fly through space and land, and then they have branches that can reach out and grab a human and suck you into the trunk and just basically, and they leave a pile of bones.
What is this?
This is one of the Men in Black movies,
Oh,
not movies,
okay, yeah.
books, but it's this weird creature that just sucks all the fluids out of a human,
Yeah.
and lives on it for ages. Frightening, and that's what that is, and that's what they do.
And, I mean, essentially, that it is kind of the harsh reality, the morbid reality of I mean, unless you believe in the afterlife, but for the sole purpose of, for all intents and purposes of science.
Hey, even if there's an afterlife, we're still leaving this.
It's still, exactly.
We're still leaving this behind for the
Exactly.
plants and the
Yeah.
and the rats and the
It's talking about your shell. If you're a shell of a human,
Yeah.
you're going to.
except the light that is within each of us.
Yeah.
Shall transcend.
Shall transcend into
Yes.
another dimension.
Dimension.
Number 6. Sarah Panton posted, the seasonal depression seems fake until it's randomly 50 degrees in March and you feel you just popped the molly. Oh, yeah.
I don't.
Randomly 50 degrees hotter.
Yeah.
I don't ever feel like I popped a molly, though. I've done molly in it.
Woo! I haven't done mollies, but I hate seasonal depression, and I always love spring. And so when it hit 70 degrees on the lake, 2 days ago, I was pretty much in heaven.
Yeah.
But then I looked at the yard and realized how much work I was going to have to do, and so that kind of
Yeah, I don't even like going in my backyard.
It's kind of depressing.
There's half, like, a section of my fence is missing from a windstorm we had. It's just, stuff all over the ground. It's just, I don't enjoy even looking at it, so I just stay out of there.
Well, and at some point you have to deal with it.
Yeah. All right. Number 5. Stevo Infinitum posted this. Taco Bell tweeted, we put the cheese on the top of the lettuce on our tacos so it falls off and gets on your lap and all over your car, you piece of shit.
Do you have any idea how true this is? This is.
Bitches want from a nigga.
You need to play the whole song for that. I mean, that's. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get why they do it on the top. It always blew my mind. Because when it goes on the meat, it's kind of melts. Yeah, no, it stays there.
Good, right? And then of course if you do you take the sauce? They offer you sauce in little packets.
Yeah, I take it. I usually do.
I don't take it because you
have your
can't.
own sauce?
No, no. Yes, but no, I don't use it on my tacos. But if you do that, then when the cheese falls off and the lettuce falls off, that's covered with that sauce, your car is just then covered not only all over your fucking car, but now there's smegma all over your car because you got hot sauce on it. So I don't take the sauce, but I still take the tacos, and I still get lettuce and cheese everywhere.
Right.
I hate it. Love love Taco Bell.
Yeah, it always gathers in your shifter and that fabric part of your shifter and the creases.
Yes, and then I really hate finding lettuce in the creases in the seat.
Yeah,
because that means it was actually. And if you shake your pants out in the morning and you shake lettuce out, then you had too much to drink and you went to Taco Bell really late.
Yeah. You know, the lettuce in your bed. There's cheese.
It's everywhere.
All right, number 4. Maggie Brothers, my significant other, posted this. When he pulls his foreskin back, try the gray stuff. It's delicious.
It's delicious.
It's the candle from Beauty and the Beast. I always
Yes.
wondered what the gray stuff was.
Try the gray stuff. It's delicious.
Don't believe me? Ask the dishes.
Ask the dishes.
They could sing.
Oh
they
my
could dance.
dance.
After all,
This is France. Oh, sorry.
That's
really loud.
That's fine. I think it's just our headphone amp.
Okay,
that
good.
cracks.
All right. Oh my
Yeah, not much
God.
to say about here, but I heard if I was to if I had a boy, I might not circumcise him. I don't know. I probably would want to, but I'd feel bad seeing my little boy being tortured essentially almost. Like now, I know it's necessary to a point, but is it? Just wash your dick. Just wash your dick better.
Wash well.
Wash your
well.
dick better. Pull it back and wash your fucking dick.
Well, was it because 2,100 years ago, 2,200 years ago, we didn't wash ourselves very well?
Or maybe that's what it is. I don't know, because it just seems inconsequential on either part, because women, I've heard women say they prefer that, but then I've heard women say, I'd prefer circumcised just because you could see everything and it's clean and...
you can see what's coming.
Yeah, hey-oh.
But I don't know. And it's really because you can't eat pork either, right? I mean, how many religions do a lot of weird things that seem to make sense for the time when the statement was made. You should not eat pork; it's filthy. Well, maybe 2,000 years ago, pork was filthy. Maybe it's still filthy, but I thought the pork chops I ate a couple nights ago was really good. It's really clean. I mean, you wash it off before you season it up and put it on the grill. So I don't know. All right, I'll take the gray stuff.
I'll take the gray stuff. Why not? It looks delicious. Even though I always just imagined it to be gray pudding. I don't know what flavor it would be, but it's gray, guys.
But I'm glad they have the mini hot dogs wrapped with dough. I think that's good that they.
Oh yeah, like pigs in a blanket.
Yeah, they shout it out. They gave a shout out to pigs in a blanket.
You got like a rolled up bologna or something.
Bologna with peppers and cheese. The olive,
giant olive.
So they're drinking martinis, so that's good.
All right, number 3. Ross Close posted this: when you put it in without using your hand. I had a dude called Dick Warlock, stunt coordinator. He's the Dick Warlock. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I can't. I can't even say what I'm thinking.
I don't really know what to say about this, except if you have a crooked penis, you're gonna have to work a little harder.
All right.
Number 2. Trans women in sports. I'll help. He's got a boner. And it's Beavis from Beavis and Butthead wrestling a dude and a trans woman.
Now we could actually really launch on this whole topic, right? Because there's something wrong with women's track, women's high school track.
Yeah. And
the top speed is like 5 minutes ahead. So the top 3 in a meet are 5 minutes ahead of, the rest of the field in a 400-meter run. Right? Because they're all trans. The top 3 are trans and the rest are, I don't think I can even say that they're real girls, because that would be, I'm going to offend somebody, but it's wrong, right? Because
they're not.
These are guys that are trans, and they're going to run with the women, except that they have the muscle tone and they have the bone structure. They got everything that God gave them to be men, and they are fast. And they're a whole lot faster than these women that are way back here.
Well, yeah, because they're not women, and women sports is separate because for a reason. That's why there's WNBA. Why isn't there a woman in the NBA? There's a reason.
Well, why? But I think what we may see now, given the way the government is acting, is we will now see trans men in the WNBA. We will see trans men in women's college basketball. We will see trans men in women's high school basketball. We'll see trans men in women's soccer, in women's. I just think those feelings you should. If you're born thinking you're a different. I don't want to get too serious. This is a comedy show. I know, but
if you're born feeling like a different sex, that's a huge problem to have. And I will support you as far as trying to figure out a way to help you overcome those. To not want to mutilate yourself and to accept who you are, and dress like a girl if you want.
Right.
It's just you're going to be a dude dressed like a girl, and if you're a girl, you're going to be a girl dressed like a dude. That's fine.
And if you want to go through the therapies, I think that's great too. But if you want to go into sports and compete against women when you're a man, okay, that's like how many feet backwards are we going to go? on women's rights. So, all right, it's a comedy show. That is really funny, but not.
Gender's just a construct unless women do something better than men, and then they.
Yeah,
It's like
when they hit you with the rolling pin.
Yeah.
Then you know.
And it's like what's the first Amelia Earhart was the first woman to sail around the world, but we're all equal, so who cares? Are you serious? A woman was able to fly a plane? Jeez.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to be like impressed by that?
Well, there are a lot of them, and frankly, flying a plane is relatively impressive because I can't do it.
Well, there's a lot of people that just. I guess it's impressive if anybody flies a plane at that point.
Right. Yeah. But that's. Should I say that's different? No, because
they're equal, right?
You get the respect for the task, for learning the task, for doing the job, for getting it done. And Amelia was a badass anyway, so.
Yeah, even though she vanished
into the, or maybe she, lived a great long life in the South Pacific.
It's just unfortunately the first woman to do it didn't just come back in one piece.
Yeah, that would.
Sorry, gals.
Well, and you know what? That would have been really cool if she had come back.
Oh my God, she's praised this much for disappearing.
But if she would have come back, she would have grabbed a bunch more women.
Guys, I'm joking, guys. Of course, I love Amelia. I'm glad she did what she did. All hail women. They rule the world, and they don't even know it.
Well,
anyway,
they should.
Yeah, they should. Number 1. Top 10 meme. I posted this. I win both of them 2 weeks in a row. Sorry, I get the most likes. But whoever air drums to Def Leppard with 2 hands is an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because if you can do this with one hand, if you can do this with one hand, you're the man.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Although this is Van Halen.
But if somebody was drumming to this was Van. I do this on the end of every end of everything.
Okay.
That's the oh my God, because usually it's a really offensive one, and every guest goes oh my God.
Oh, the last one. All right.
But there you go.
God.
That was what's on your mind. Episode 59, guys. Thank you. All right, cool, man. All right, cool.
Right, because I can't remember. He lost his arm in a car accident or motorcycle accident.
I'm not sure. I can't. I can't remember. I do know a story about a local drummer, and I can't remember his name. That was electrocuted, and he lost like a hand and his other arm. Ugh, God.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was doing like a jackhammering something and hit a live wire. A live wire.
Yeah, that'll make your day. Hate jackhammers. Yeah, but
yeah.
No, and then there's a one-handed keyboardist that's floating around out there that is badass with one hand and puts two-handed keyboardist to shame because he can do everything with his left hand so fast. And I can't remember his name. God damn it.
There's a lot of
But Mark Whalen would know. So we'll call up Schmark and say, hey, pipe his name in here.
Like one-handed. I could look up one-handed.
One-handed keyboardists in Cleveland.
One-handed keyboardist Cleveland. Meet the world's only one-handed pianist.
Yeah, well, he's not the only one.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know.
Let's see what just one-handed pianists look like anyway. Let's see how good it is.
All right, so he's got his left hand, but not his right.
Check. Everything. Okay.
Jesus. So it's weird is when you think about it, is that the left hand is typically doing rhythm and chords.
I am a concert pianist and I'm
over
a
the top
speaker, but I've got a slight difference. I was born without my right hand. I didn't have really any musical inclination when I was a child. I had no interest in music. My parents weren't musicians. I wasn't from a musical family.
Heard a mistake.
So really the first time
really? Because I thought he was just improvising.
And classical music was at the age of 14 when my friend,
wrong
who was
note.
an accomplished pianist, she was playing in my school assembly a piece of Beethoven. Of course, learning any instrument's hugely difficult, and standout memorable moment.
You know, it's
of my
unfortunate.
career-
He was born with one arm, and he's gay.
Well, but
It's difficult,
think
but
about
I'm very
it.
lucky
Would he have
that I've
ever
had the career
decided
that
to
I
become a
have so
concert
far.
pianist
When I
if he had
graduated
two
from
hands?
music in London,
That's
and
tr-
I
that's
then found
interesting.
Is that
Yeah.
weird? Because
Funnily enough,
I
after
mean,
doing 4
this is
years
phenomenal
studying
shit.
that
Yeah,
actually
who
I've
knows?
made
Maybe he
history
would have been a
because I've
crackhead the
ever
other way around. He's like, oh, hey,
Or done the whole jackhammer thing.
grabs the whole like, oh, I
That was a
got a lighter in one hand, the
moment for me
pipe.
to
Yes.
find out. Time
How do you
kind
smoke
of
crack
does
if
a
you're
weird thing
if you
for
only
me when
have
I'm on
one
stage
hand?
and when
I'm sure there's a
performing.
way.
It kind of
Ray Charles did heroin. He was
stands still
blind.
and speeds
He was
up
able
at the
to
same time.
hide his
Very well I can
stash
describe
from
it.
his girls and everything.
Meeting people,
Yeah. Have you ever
fans,
watched
meeting
Ray
new friends.
with
No.
It's
No.
really part
With,
of why
Didn't
I
I
do
say?
what I do.
What's his
Of
name?
course, it takes hard work.
Fox.
Of course,
Jamie
it's not
Foxx.
easy,
Jamie Foxx.
But I truly
I
believe
saw-
it's possible.
I've
And,
seen
you know,
Peace.
I'm a one-arm
Chet,
pianist.
Chet, sorry. Yep.
And that was what I wanted
Chet,
to do.
Chet,
from the
there we
age
go.
of 14, and I did it. I'm so excited. That
So
I'm on
excited.
tour through October, November.
Well, good for him, you know.
Yeah, that's something. All right.
But yeah, but was doop beep bop a doop bop bop. What's happening in the news? I never really like to cover the news here on the show because everybody always does it, and all the opinions are already like overdone unless I have some kind of unique perspective on the world, and I don't.
I don't either. I can tell you some significant things for Northeast Ohio. Ready? This is one significant thing for Northeast Ohio. The lake level is lower.
Is it?
It is. And it may be that by August, you'll be able to see the beach at Miller Road Park or at the park by the giant towers in Avon Lake.
Oh, wow.
That's been underwater for 2 years.
Okay.
And we may even actually be able to use Huntington Beach I think it's in Bay Village, because it will no longer be underwater. But, you know, the lake's been really high, and now it's man. So they opened up the spillway over the Niagara Falls a little bit more, I guess. That's where the water goes.
Northern Ohio, folks, any listeners out there and that's not in America or not in Northern Ohio. I actually have had like 2 listeners from like New Zealand, but it was probably like for like 30 seconds. They're like, "What the hell is this?"
What is this young man doing and where the hell is Vermilion, Ohio?
Oh yeah, actually, I'm getting a phone call right now.
Caller,
you're on the air. Caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, hello. How you doing? This is Gladys Carpentier.
Yeah, I know who you are, Gladys. You're the only one that ever calls. What's going on, Gladys? How are you?
Oh, I'm swell. My daughter has been listening to your show since she moved in, and then last episode she was washing the dishes, and I had you guys on, and I just wanted to tell you that it wasn't as bad as the other episodes. The chauvinism isn't so bad. The racism isn't so bad anymore, but yeah, I could tell some of you are a bunch of goddamn liberals that I kind of noticed.
What show is Gladys? What show are you talking about? Can you remember when that show was? Because I've been watching and I haven't seen very many liberals on this here.
I'm what you call a classic conservative, and it's just appalling. Anyway, I really gotta go, but I just wanted to let you know that, if your mother was to listen to any of this, she's gonna roll. If your father is going to listen to this, he's probably rolling in his grave. And because I know your father's passed away, God rest his soul, I'm sorry about that. But at the same time, your mother, God bless her, if she can handle any of this foul language that you guys say. And I just wanted to say, Trump 2024, and I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ.
Oh my God! All right,
You do get some interesting phone calls here.
I do, yeah.
Is Gladys one of your neighbors here?
I don't know. Apparently, she runs a bar and somewhere down yonder, and she it's like some honky tonk bar. I really don't know. There's a lot of things I don't know much about her. She just says mean things to me and then leaves. Well, not mean in her mind. She's
righteous.
Righteous. She's preaching gospel to me.
Well,
no, it's that whatever that it's that part of America that a lot of people forget about, the very offended conservative Christian 65-year-old.
Yeah, and they show up sometimes.
Yeah.
You piss them off enough and they show up.
Yeah, they show up. Oh, I think she's like in her 70s actually.
Well, maybe she'll be around in 2024.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if she's going to take that vaccine. I think she is. She's all about the vaccine. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll figure out if she's against it or for it, because there's two types of people, guys. Me, I almost don't want to take it out of spite.
Who are you going to spite?
Just people that want to.
Tell you to take it.
The people that want to tell me to take it, like, yeah. Oh, you should take it, and I just went,
fuck you, fuck you, and the horse you rode in on, and everybody else.
Well, it's kind of like all that thing, you know. I've always had the contrarian outlook on things. When something's trendy, I don't like it, and when something's like, I just. Not on purpose. It's spitefully a lot of the times. Most of the time it is, and I don't really invest a lot of my emotion in it. I just say, yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Poop on you. Anyhow. But like when the Trump got elected, at first there was like, it was nothing but hate for the guy. That's all I saw was hate. So I was just like, hey, go Trump 2024. And then I was just like, began to just be like more on that train. God, there's countless things I could say that him and along with many other presidents should be, tried for either whether it be war crimes or some kind of crime in general. But I don't really believe in presidents necessarily anyway. But I got on this like big pro-Trump type. Not big. I'm a libertarian, so it's.
Yeah, but Trump at the core is a libertarian.
That's what I felt.
Who wants to leave you alone?
Yeah, people are like, he doesn't care about you. I was like, I don't really want him to.
And I don't want him in my bedroom. I don't want him in my life. I don't want him in my house.
Yeah.
I don't want him anywhere.
Yeah.
Can you just leave? Can you leave me alone?
I just want job security. The poop runs downhill, guys. The poop runs downhill.
I'm trying to move up the hill so I'm not at the bottom where the poop runs to.
Yeah, but at the same time, now the woke culture's going. I don't know if I could ever get a job after this show. As far as after the job that I have now, I'm still a middle class. I don't think I'll ever break. Like, I don't think as long as this is out there and there's people that see it, I don't think I could get like any kind of good paying job.
Well, you got a target on your back for actually speaking your mind.
I would rather be kind of like. Middle class. I'd rather be middle class and be able to say these things than have money and not be able to say what I feel.
Right. It's kind of a problem for people with money who say these things because
they're kind of essentially employed by the public in a weird concept.
In a very weird way. I mean, it's very it winds
like
up being
Disney,
stupid. It winds, but what a two-faced reality to have to deal with. Right? Because shouldn't we all be able to speak our minds all the time? And apparently the answer is no.
No, that's true.
We're taking notes.
Well, I don't cuss around my mom because I know it's going to make her mad. But I know everybody knows this handful of groups of people that you're not going to want to say. But I could say this because it's your fault if you watch the show. Like pretty much, if you're out there seeking out entertainment, you're going to get offended somewhere or another.
I would hope so.
Yeah, it's probably going to happen. But if your mom's cooking Thanksgiving dinner, I'm not going to show up and go, "Mom, guess what? Oh my God, I got a bump on my dick," in front of everybody. Like,
right? But it's like, but think about going out to a comedy club, okay? And you want to see the lead, but you're going to have to sit through 3 other comics. You have no idea what they're going to say. And comics are offensive. It's what they do. They fuck with basically everybody, which I think is great.
Yeah.
It's
fun.
It's the ultimate. It's America, okay? Because they don't care what color you are, what sex you are, what race you are. They don't give a shit. They fuck with everybody. And, we're back to, Dave's house rules. Fuck you if you cannot take a joke because I'm going to say stuff that offends you and you might not like it. And if you don't like it, then you don't actually have to stay here.
Yeah.
I love you, but, you can go.
Yeah, I work with this one guy. I didn't know he was so offended by things because he's always constantly talking about people being offended. This is bullshit. And then we found something that triggered him, and it was joking around about, which a lot of people would be like, well, of course he's going to be offended by that. Just joking around about, there's statutory rape, and then it starts to get into corrupting minors and pedophilia jokes. Yeah. And I know that the thing is, I don't just go out and say jokes like that. It was a very very low bar, like joke. Somebody said something. Oh yeah, they're grown at 12 years old. They're grown. It's kind of like somebody said, grass on the field, play ball. It's a joke. Like, right. Old enough to bleed, old enough to breed. Oh, right. Hey.
Yeah.
But,
and he lost his mind.
He lost his mind. And he just totally, didn't flip a table or anything, but quiet the rest of the day. And anytime and then I didn't bring it up because I knew he was upset. The other guy kept going. Everything had to do with the number 12. He would say, "Oh, how many more bags do we got to do?" "Oh, probably 12."
Oh God!
Yeah, it was just triggered. He got more triggered, even more. So anything. What time is it? Oh, it's probably almost 12.
It's almost 12. It's 12 after 12. It's 12 after 2.
12. Yeah. So it was like that all day since we knew. So I'm like, this is why bullying happens. When they know you're gonna get a rise out of you, they're gonna keep doing it. That's why I don't even if I was constantly I don't like these anti-religion, I hate when people make fun of, Jesus or whatever, because I'm Christian cultural. I was raised culturally Christian. Obviously, I'm a potty mouth. According to some Christians, I'm going to hell. But
yeah, yes, sure, you are
100%. You guys are laughing. You're going with me. No, but
that's right. You are.
Yeah, there's things that make me uneasy, but I don't. Dude, I'll just be giving people ammunition if I said it did anything to me. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so did you find out what the 12 was?
Oh, he was talking about 12 years old is you're grown. And it was a joke he was making.
But he lost it over that. So
yeah,
that's what it was. But did you find out what it was triggering? Some memory on his
no,
part?
He has daughters.
Yeah, daughters. It's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Yeah, but that's why I stopped saying anything. But it was interesting to know somebody that's really...
My daughter's 12. Better not fuck with 12.
Yeah, but it's like being don't make fun of heart attacks because, my wife died of a heart attack or something. It's dude, sorry, man, you're going to have to stifle it in this world. Or, I mean, if you want...
We won't bring it up again. I won't bring it up again.
Personally, I won't bring it up.
I won't say 12 again for the next couple weeks. But you really shouldn't have let anybody know
that. Yeah. Well, that's your trigger point because, now it's just we got it's ammunition for anybody that has any...
But it's but understand, it's ammo for a bully that means to mess with somebody.
Yeah.
And you're not like that. I'm not like that. Yeah. We don't do that.
No, I was telling him, it's I'm not going to joke around anymore. My bad. Sorry. Don't want to offend you.
Don't want to freak you out.
Don't want to freak you out. But it's funny to see people that have that because everybody has a breaking point. Everybody has that one thing that's ding.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't like that. I'm gonna have to do something. I'm nervous and I'm wired and I'm on edge and that's bad and it's bad for everybody because tomorrow I'm gonna bring the AK into work and yeah, that bad. So, but by the same token, at some point you have to take a breath.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if you're really freaked out over the number 12, then, you need to stand off and breathe.
It was what we were relating to. We were just triggering that memory of a 12 years old is grown as far as I know. And it was just a joke. It's obviously unbelievably horrible and horrendous, and that should
Right. But you know what? It's not even, strangely, it's not even true. So it really is just, yeah, it winds up being a shitty joke.
Yeah, it's just a dumb. It was a
but you still have to grow a little something and not let the
Cojones.
world trash you.
Just get calloused. But then could be you get more, overly calloused? Maybe. That's why I saw this other meme. God, everything is a meme format. It was studies have shown that people that are suffering or from Alzheimer's or dementia start to have a dark sense of humor.
Yeah, and then proceed to tell you all about it.
Yeah,
this is true.
Yeah, and it was like everybody in my news feed like looking around like this.
No, I've experienced this, and I've heard it from friends whose parents are, because my generation, not yours, but my generation now has parents in their 70s, 80s, and 90s. And dark, very dark sexual shit is coming out of the woodwork. And my friends are looking at me like, have you had this? And I'm like, thankfully, no. No. But I heard it's a thing, and then I heard it. And I was like, I don't think I didn't need to know that. I didn't need to know that about you and your wife and what you were thinking about.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, and so
Dave Chappelle has that joke where it's like you ask somebody who they're voted for. It's like, hey, that's personal. I don't talk about things like that. That's personal. Anyways, I'm going to tell you how I was fucking my wife last night. She pegs me with a.
Exactly. So, but so I guess I try not to have triggers. Do you have triggers? You got a couple of triggers?
I used to. Not anymore, man. I'm so done. I'm dead. My soul is dead.
No, I don't think so. It's just that we age with patience and with buffers, so shit gets stopped before it hits our hearts.
Yeah.
I know that I told my daughters they needed to be careful, because if they weren't, I would wind up having to, fake my way into a jail and kill whoever raped them. Apparently that was not really a great thing to say, because my daughters then took great care never to put themselves at risk.
I do have.
I don't know.
I do.
Was that bad? Was
no.
that bad? What, did you find a trigger? Did you remember a trigger?
When, here's a trigger, but I don't, and it kind of, when everybody for 4 years complained about Trump and then Biden bombs Syria and there's crickets.
Yeah, well.
That kind of triggers me. For some reason, it's just like, because I was against bombing by Trump too, and I vocally said that.
Right.
But you guys were against everything he did, and he was inherently evil, and then our new president can just start a war!
Right. Well,
crickets.
Well, it's funny. It's funny that I don't know. I don't know how far down this rabbit hole you want to go, but we were supposed to all die under Trump. We were, there was going to be the nuke war. There, we were gonna face whatever, pop guns and firecrackers North Korea had, and we were all going to die. And Trump was our worst nightmare. And here we are. And we're still talking, and we're still talking shit, and we're still talking shit about everybody, including Donald Trump, including the guy in the White House now, because it's what we do.
A lot of good people.
Yeah.
A lot of good things happen, but my haters are gonna hate it. That's just the way it goes.
And they do, and they did, and it was amazing that they would. Yeah, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole. Once we go down the rabbit hole, then we're both going to be like,
well, that's a can of worms.
You want to trigger me
Pandora's box.
about the insanity of borrowing $1.9 trillion to give away. Have you actually seen? Have you seen where this money is going to go? This is
I don't want to.
Oh my God!
It'll trigger me.
It is so bad.
That's my triggers.
It is so bad. If they really wanted to just help the people, then you give everybody Give everybody the $1,400. Okay, that's good. And you keep the rent. No eviction for non-payment of rent because people are using the money to feed themselves. Life is good because there's enough to eat. But you're not going to turn off their water. You're not going to turn off their gas. You're not going to turn off their electric, and you're not going to evict them until the shit gets settled. Okay, and here's $1,400 to help with the food. Okay,
right.
Fine, that's all good. But $300 million for migrant assistance.
Yeah.
And, $200 billion for the southwest border so that more children that are abandoned by their parents south of the border can come into the United States and go wherever. And nobody knows where these kids are going. They're being let in, and they can't be caged because Donald Trump will tell you they can't be caged because the Democrats won't let them be caged. But the Democrats are like, hey, they're in the country. They're going to grow up to be Democrats or whatever. But they don't know. They don't know where these kids are going.
Right.
And they're not bothering to check. So, if you want to do it, if you want to do that, fine. Then spend the money to make sure that it works. And they can't do that because there's no money for that. So I find it all really frightening, and is there a crisis on the southwest border? We like to use the word challenging. It's a challenging situation on the southwest border, but is it a crisis? No, we're not going to get into semantics with you. This is from the White House last week.
Yeah, it's not kids in cages anymore. It's kids in confined areas.
Well, but they're going.
It's cinder blocks.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, no, but the same camps that the Democrats lost their minds over when Donald Trump put the kids in them, the Democrats, Biden, is having to open them up because there's all these unaccompanied minors. Where are their parents? Oh, right.
Biden loves minors.
Yeah. and I don't know what to say.
Never mind.
I'll just say okay.
I actually kind of don't make fun of the guy because here's the thing. I made fun of Trump a lot, and it was kind of what is it? When somebody does an impression, it's the most. When you do an impression of somebody and somebody does an impression of you, it's flatter, the biggest form of flattery. And a lot of the times,
imitation,
the best impressions come from the people that actually respect you and enjoy watching you.
Right.
And Biden, I don't like the guy in the first place, and now I think he's mentally on a mental decline, so it's I feel like I'd be punching down making fun of him. You know what I mean?
If you have it's funny, do you know, I don't know if you notice this, I find it somewhat frightening is when Joe has black eyes. When you look at him giving a speech, sometimes his eyes are blue and they look good, and other times his eyes are black.
Yeah, they're dilated pupils.
They're black pits from hell. He's the devil incarnate, and he's telling you the way it is, and there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. Okay.
Yeah.
On January 6th, I think they went to the wrong place.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, they should have went to his house.
Well, I'm not saying that, but they made a mistake. If you're going to go anywhere, that was not the place to go.
Did you know, guys, that it's illegal to say, I want to kill the president of the United States of America? It's illegal. It's one of those sentences you're not allowed to say. Now, it was okay for me to say it just now because I'm letting you know, like a public service, that it's illegal to say.
It's a PSA. It's a public service.
It's illegal to say, I think somebody out there should kill the president of the United States of America. Yeah. Illegal, completely illegal.
Completely illegal. You can't do it. You can't say it. And I of course did not say it.
I did not say it. I'm letting you know.
Oh, we're back to the public service now.
Yeah.
That's really good of you to say that because killing various public officials is against the law.
Against law, and it's not good. But I'm just letting you know, never ever go to somebody or tweet or anything and say, I want to kill the president of the United States with a Marine gun.
Do you know what happens when you actually tweet or you put that out on social media?
No.
They will knock on your door.
Yeah, they will. I actually posted something today that I deleted immediately.
It's too late.
I was tired.
It's too late.
Yeah,
What did you post?
I didn't. I just wished that everybody working in the IRS got cancer and died.
I don't think that's necessarily legal, but it might result in you being audited tomorrow.
No, I don't. Were they gonna? I really didn't make any. They got all my money already. So
well,
they're gonna have to really find that $20 Grandma gave me.
Well, I
don't have a grandma.
And frankly, that they're giving you money. They're giving us money. The IRS is trashed for what, the next 3 years? How are they going to, you got all these companies that got COVID money because, and God knows what they spent it on, but they stayed alive while COVID shut them down.
Yeah.
How do you account for any of this?
I don't know. It's magic.
I don't know. I like having revenue in and then having expenses against it. And for the last 14, 18 months, I've had no revenue in and lots, the same expenses I always have. So that's kind of been crappy.
Yeah. I just hope there's no super federal mandate that's going to happen. I hope that triggers me.
Well, what the super mandate to get your money?
Yeah,
get more of your money.
Yeah, what's triggering to me is like more law, I guess. Because lawbreakers break the law. All you're going to do is create more lawbreakers and make private citizens. You're going to turn law-abiding citizens that are very staunch conservatives into lawbreakers.
Well, except that some of those staunch. Boy, I almost said some of us staunch conservatives. We're not going to say anything like that because they don't need to know. They don't need to know.
Yeah.
But sometimes we know when to shut up.
Yeah.
And we hunker down and we wait. And then I'm really looking forward to the midterm elections because that'll be fun. And then, I heard this great theory. And for you guys out there, you need to hear this because I thought this was great. So Governor Cuomo in New York is under big attack. 6 women have come out and said they have been sexually molested, groped, harassed. I pick your adjective. I don't know.
Governor for New York.
The governor of New York. And now he's being told he should resign.
By his peers?
No, by his peers. Not Biden. Biden says, we need to let the investigation take its full course. But his peers are saying, you need to get out.
Yeah.
And Cuomo has gone on the offensive and said, I'm not going anywhere. And why would you, I say it didn't happen. They say it did. Can we have an investigation? Right? But he's now being encouraged to leave. And you know what? Given Biden's mental status,
yeah,
who will be the Democratic nominee in 2024? Well,
Kamala.
Well, Kamala
or Kamala.
Okay, Kamala.
I think it's Kamala.
I don't care.
Putting the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
I'm not. We're not going there. And who else? Because Hillary wiped out a lot of Democrats on her climb. So who else is left? I would say that the guy that got the most news, even though he torched the senior citizens of New York in his effort to, get COVID off the streets of New York and into the senior citizens' living quarters. But Cuomo was a possible contender against Kamala.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to decide how
to
pronounce her name.
No matter.
And he has basically been removed from the table with these allegations. So I heard this was a theory.
Okay.
That all of this stems from removing Cuomo from the table so that Kamala has a clear field in 2024.
Wow.
Well,
you go, girl.
It takes planning. Yeah. Oh, two clicks.
2 snaps and around the world.
All right, this is not going there. I don't care how much Jack Daniels we drink. We are not doing 2 snaps.
Sass. She's got that sass.
She got that sass.
She got that sass gene. That extra bone. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. What's amazing is that the conservatives criticize Kamala Harris for talking to world leaders, but historically, vice presidents get sent out to talk to world leaders. So they get out of the way of the president so he can be big on domestic problems and big international problems. In the meantime, his vice president is touring, the old Belgium colonies in Africa, the Congo and wherever. Mm-hmm. Okay. Kamala. Yeah, we'll leave Kamala.
I say Kamala, but I remember that she's always like, because we're like, Kamala Harris? She's like, I, Kamala Harris.
Is it Kamala?
Yeah, it is.
That's
how she says it.
All right. Is there a short version? Does she go by Cammy or Cam or anything? Do we know?
That's probably sexist.
What, to have a short name?
Yeah. No, I don't know, but I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh. Well, I don't know. I call one of my good friends. His name is Todd.
Like
I call
Cammy.
I call him T.
Toots? I call her Toots actually.
Well, all right. That might be sexist.
I call her Broad. Get that broad out of there. I'm just kidding.
And she's the vice president of our United States.
I'm a mama's boy. I don't talk like that, guys. At least I didn't call her the B word. I did call her the broad B word. I'm talking about bitch.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's good that you didn't do that because she is the vice president.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. What else? Oh, yeah, music. Dark Side of the Moon. Once again, what's the date at the Lorraine Palace Theater?
At the beautiful refurbished Lorraine Palace Theater, April 3rd.
April 3rd. That'll be in the description.
Yep. Yeah, and you can find tickets on LorrainePalaceTheater.com. And you can follow that down the rabbit hole and buy tickets. That would be good because you're not going to get in without a ticket.
All right. How much are tickets? Do you know?
I think they're $20.
$20. Get a nice experience.
Oh man, it is.
They're selling beer too,
and
right?
Cocktails.
Cocktails, nice.
Cocktails, and probably food.
All right.
Because Mad Dog will be there. Shout out to Mad Dog.
Mad Dog 2020?
No, Mad Dog is. When you come, I will introduce you to Mad Dog. He is an experience.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Want to cheers?
Mad Dog.
Another cheers?
Another cheers. Mad Dog ran for mayor of Lorraine. Yeah. I don't think I should do that. I will anyway.
After 2.5 weeks of sobriety, I could use it.
You went 17 days?
Oh, no, I mean, a month and a half. Sorry.
This is your break after 6 weeks?
I drank a little bit last week, but I didn't get drunk. You know what I mean?
Well, there's a lot of Jack left in this bottle. I'm just saying.
No, it was a good break. I needed it, and it made me understand how I don't need booze to have fun. And it was fun. It was good. I've been taking a nootropic supplement called Phenibut, and it was a Russian designer drug that's legal in the States right now, and it triggers those parts of the brain that get stimulated when you drink. It's just that when it comes to this drug, the more you take, the more they don't do anything. It's strange. You become like...
Oh, you got immediate... It loses its potency.
Yeah, potency, yeah. So it's nice because it makes my days go by easier at work, and it...
But you can only take this much.
If you take a lot out of nowhere, you will feel some type of buzz, I guess. It's some type of euphoria, up and down euphoria. But it's all it's not like a body thing. I can't explain it.
Okay.
I can't explain it.
What is it called?
Phenibut.
Phenibut.
Phenibut. It's
legal for now, but maybe not after the feds watch this video.
Yeah, so it's like kratom's also legal in the United States, and it's and it's illegal in Thailand, and that's where the plant comes from the Southeast Asia or whatever, Asia, and it's illegal there because it competes with their heroin. They're opiates, I should say.
Yeah.
Because kratom, you could take kratom and it will have similar effects as Percocets.
Right.
And a lot of people I've heard of stories of people weaning themselves off of heroin from not using methadone,
using creatinine.
using kratom. And who knows where it's going to happen? I don't know much about it. Who cares? But I don't know much about alcohol either. I just know it's poison. And it's probably one of the worst things for you.
Oh, it is. It's really bad, and it's amazing that alcohol can be so addictive.
I was amazed how I didn't think about it for like a month and a half. Really, I didn't have that urge.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah,
6 weeks.
Yeah, 6 weeks.
I feel bad. I'm not leaving you the bottle. Sorry. Well, now I'm not.
You don't have to. No, but it's fun.
Yeah, yeah. Well, do you remember when we went into the lava room to record that stuff, to record those 3 songs? And for you listeners out there, there were 3 songs that we put on a CD back in 2015. The celebration.
Oh yeah, celebrate the celebration.
Yeah. So we did Celebration and Drab Day and Bubba Kush because everybody needs Bubba Kush now and then.
We recorded it at
the Lava Room
in Cleveland.
Yes, they've moved since we recorded there. They moved, I think, down to Independence, but we were there, and I can't remember what we were talking about. Oh, is this the effect of alcohol?
Yeah, alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, typically Mr. Show never played without consumption of Jack Daniels and Captain Morgan. And so for this recording session, I brought down a cooler that was just in the back of the car. And then we unloaded and we dragged everything into the lava room. And I opened the cooler and there's Jack and Coke and Captain Morgan. Ooh. And my bandmates, including this guy, Rob Webb, and Jimmy Zima and Dave Preby are looking at me and they're saying, "Why did you bring all this booze?" And the answer is, I never remember to jam with you guys, whether it was at the Fishbowl or at Rudy's or at the Poorhouse or playing God knows where, that didn't involve either Captain Morgan or Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
And since we were going to do this seriously, I thought we should achieve the same mindset. And I don't think we actually did, but the CD came out pretty good. So
yeah.
So it was good. It was good. Bubba Kush is still
a good one, yeah.
It's one of my favorite songs. And Upside Down.
I lost those versions of those songs. I don't know where they're at.
Oh, well, I have the last.
No, actually, I do know where they're at. I just have it.
The last CD.
Yeah, I transferred everything from, I'm on PC now. I'm not on Macintosh. So I do have a Macintosh hard drive. It's a 2 terabyte hard drive that. It's not a Macintosh hard drive, but it was formatted for Mac, and I can't pull anything off of it right now.
Oh.
So what I have to do is get another. I have to put everything, which there's too much information to just put on a local drive on a Mac. I need somebody with a Mac that has a lot of space to put it on and reformat that hard drive and then put it back onto it.
And then put it back on. Well,
So I do have it. It's just I can't get it.
Do you have access to Does your PC have a CD reader? Because I still have the original disc.
That's not working right now for some reason. I was trying to use it right now today, actually.
Okay. Well,
I built this with a friend of mine. This is a really good quality computer. It's pretty much essentially a gaming PC. And the monitor is a gaming monitor. It's just it's really it's nice. It's a nice little setup.
It's
good. There's you look down there. It's like it's
you got the big
Big Daddy.
Ooh, big clear box. You
Yeah.
got a clear box.
It's
the form factor is
Yeah.
rather large. Well,
Yeah.
I would expect nothing less from you, Rob.
Yeah,
so.
thank you.
But I have the original masters from this 3 days of Captain Morgan and Jack Daniels.
Oh, wow.
I have them because they wanted, you know, when we signed the contract to do it, they're like, we will retain the masters, and I scratched that out and said, David Mast will retain the masters.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, so you want them? I'm like, yeah, you're going to give them to me, and you're not going to hold on to them because they're not yours.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, most bands let us keep them. I'm like, well, most bands are run by somebody who isn't me.
Yeah.
And they're mine, or they're ours, because you did all the vocal work. And man, you know, we may have sung this stuff live behind you.
Well, it was just easier and more
I know.
efficient for
I know.
recording.
But we may have sung this stuff behind you when we played it live. But for the recordings, you did it all. And
that's usually typically how they do it in the studio anyway. They have, when you're listening to a band with a lot of these backup tracks, it's the guy that's doing it.
Okay.
It's just usually how it is.
But I can say it.
But
I'm saying, here, wait. I'm saying it because it's true, because he did all these backing tracks and they're awesome.
I did it because for productivity purposes and to expedite the process.
And $90 an hour.
Yeah. No, but usually it is, unless you are like the Proclaimers, or if you're, you know, a duo.
Well,
or if you're the Eagles, obviously.
We're none of those. I mean, the idea that I took 2 hours to put a fretless bass on Drab Day was like shocking to me. And, you know, it was a lot of money just to get the fretless on Drab Day. And so, yeah, whatever. Anyway, but it was something. Yeah. And that was, good. My phone actually piped up. This is a Facebook memory. And it was a picture of you and me and Dave and Jim in the back room at the Lava Room while we were listening to the tracks to see what they sounded like.
Right.
Anyway, it was nice.
Yeah, man.
It was nice. All right, so I hope you and Mags can come down to the Palace Theater. It's that way. No, it's that way. It's east.
Oh, yeah, that way.
It's east. Yeah, right. It's east of here. Come down to the Palace on April 3rd and see Dark Side of the Moon, because we're getting out. So everybody's getting out.
Yeah.
And it's time to take a breath. And, you know, E-Rock might hate this because he fashioned Wish You Were Here's 2021 season as Coming Back to Life.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Coming Back to Life tour. And that's fine. But I actually thought of it as well. And we are
parallel thinking.
Well, we are all coming back to life. You know, and it's time to fire this beast up. You know, it's shocking to me that the stock market is
beast up right now, baby.
Right now. But it's frightening to me that the stock market is, you know, so high, and the economy is doing like nothing. And so now we're all gonna get a shot or two, and then we're all gonna go back to work. And the economy is gonna what? It's gonna do better, more. How could it do more than it's already doing with none of us actually out there, right? So it's
productivity
so this should just go, and my fear is that it goes and we implode. In the meantime, I'm just being optimistic because as a musician and as a performer, I'm going to get out there and play. So we have shows not just at the Palace, but, you know, down at Morningside Farms and down at Belpre, and we want to be out there playing and performing.
Oh, yeah.
So we want a healthy public to come and see us play.
A lot of people, especially me, have taken things for granted for too long.
Yeah.
And going back is going to be just super fun. Like, I'm going to soak it in even more. I'm like,
yeah.
It's that haven't done it in a long time. As far as just, I want to be in front of a woofer. You know, I want the lead singer to drink his water and spit it in the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, thinking about things like that now.
The Feral Children. Wait, that's a shout out to an old band out of OU called the Feral Children actually did spit at everybody because it's what they did. But yeah, it's time to get out. It's time.
Mm-hmm.
So we take a break.
Herd humidity should be
imminent.
Yeah.
Imminent. All right.
All right. Thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it. We've been at it for over an hour now, so that's good. About an hour and a half. That's a perfect show time.
This is my watch. I stopped wearing one because, I actually wrote a song called "I Lost Tuesday" because I can't actually
remember the days.
Yeah, Tuesdays are gone. I mean, Mondays always suck, but then it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and on Thursday I'm thinking it's Tuesday. On Friday, it's like
you're in love.
Well, yeah, but I'm wondering how it got to be Friday already, and it's because I lost Tuesday.
I don't care if Monday's blue,
yeah.
Tuesday's great, and Wednesday too. Oh, Thursday doesn't
care about
you. It's Friday. I'm in love. Friday, I'm in love.
Yeah, like that. You got to press pause.
Yeah, I do a lot of dumb stuff on this.
This is my 22-year-old who'd be going like, Dad, you can't dance like that. You're way too old.
Yeah.
But she does it, and apparently it's okay.
Yeah. I have too much fun with this thing. It's a new addition to the podcast.
That's good. It's good.
Fun.
Toys are essential to continued living.
Oh yeah, well, I found out this character right here is Sergio Velez. Sergio, it's just Sergio, and I call him Beans.
Okay.
And I don't know. We don't know what race he is or anything.
I'm gonna say he might be from Monaco.
Yeah.
It's this really teeny country with a Grand Prix and casinos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that would be perfect for your Sergio.
Where's that at? What continent?
It's Europe. It's on the Med. It's just east of France. Monaco. It's about this big. Seriously, on any map.
When you drink the vodka.
Well, now you sound Russian. So, but Sergio could be from Belarus, who removed himself to Monaco.
I don't know any accents. I know Russian, maybe Southern.
That was pretty good.
I know like 2 Southern accents. I could do Boston and New York, but I get those mixed up. And maybe I could do the African Munjumbo.
Yeah, but you got to be able to do Albanian. Wait, this is a shout out to Jimmy at Lorraine Deconstruction. Wait, we lost it. Lorraine Deconstruction. You want something destroyed? Jimmy gets it done because he knocked the house down for me. But he's Albanian. So what's an Albanian accent?
I have no idea.
My God, I listened to him talk, and I looked at him and I said, "I'm going to apologize right now." He's like, "Well, why are you apologizing? You haven't said anything." I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm gonna absorb your accent and speak it back to you, and you will not be flattered because you'll think that I'm mocking you, but I'm not." So it's this hybrid Russian, Italian, Czechoslovakian, Croatian. Hey, how are you? It's good to see you.
I don't know what the an Albanian accent sounds like, but I know what an American accent sounds like in Albanian.
Oh, okay.
To do because you have to move your mouth differently. You have to retrain your mouth.
What an American accent in Albanian sounds like.
There's a phrase in Albanian. If I said my name was Elder Ferguson in Greenie, Unyam Elder Ferguson, very American. Unyam Elder Ferguson, Unyam nga Texas.
What?
But if at the end of my mission you say Unyam Elder Ferguson, Yam nga Texas, you have to change the accent of the word for them to really understand.
I think this guy would have been shot already in Albania.
Yeah.
Right?
You're not a real Albanian, traitor.
Well, no, because Albania was hired by the Russians to invade Greece
about a fascinating
in like 1946.
So they're called albinos, too.
No, they're not called albinos.
Fake news.
Yeah, no,
that's fake news.
No, but Jimmy speaks with this fabulous accent. I'm like, I looked at him. I'm like, that's Czechoslovakian. He's like, nope. I'm like, it's Croatian. He says, closer. I'm like, what is this? He says, I'm from Albania. And I'm like, you sound like you're from the Ukraine. He's like, well, how would you even know a Ukrainian accent? I'm like, I have one friend in my entire life that's Ukrainian. You sound like he does. He's like, well, maybe he spent some time in Albania, but I'm from Albania. I'm like, well, where did you learn to speak? And he looked at me like I was stupid and said, Albania, because that's where I was born and raised. Actually, he said Albania because that's where I was born and raised. And he sounded Greek, and I was like, but the Greeks, the Albanians and the Greeks are side by side. So I don't know.
And for me, these are some of the few things that Albanian people have to deal with more regularly than other people.
I'm realizing Albanian accents don't really sound like anything.
and they don't. And they don't. Because
I really like the Jamaicans though.
Well, but Jamaica is easy. Do you know so Dark Side of the Moon has been invited to go to Jamaica. The whole band. We go down to Jamaica and we play but we play 2 nights of Dark Side of Pink Floyd, and then we have to play 1 night of Pink Floyd dubstep.
Oh wow.
So it's the reggae version of Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh.
Which is really
dubstep, yeah.
It's yeah. Right? and so
money!
Yeah.
It's gas.
Yeah.
Both hands and make a flash.
I'd make a stash man. Right? And so we agreed to go, but then COVID.
Yeah.
And then my wife found out what the resort was and said, I don't really think that's a good idea.
People get stabbed for gold diamonds?
No,
for blood diamonds?
It's basically a naked resort. A naked resort.
Ooh.
And my kids are like,
too bad she knows how to use the internet.
Yes.
Damn it.
Yes, but what's funny is that I said okay. She said okay. She thought it was part of Sandals. Family, maybe singles, maybe a little, but not naked. And so she said okay. So I told the band, okay, book it.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to go in December.
Like the Book It Club at Pizza Hut.
Yes. Oh, Pizza. No, not Pizza Hut. What's the other pizza place? What's your sponsor?
Oh, Pizza Galley.
Pizza Galley!
Shop at the Pizza Galley on Liberty Avenue in Vermilion, Ohio.
Anyway, after I said yes, then she went on the internet and found out that it was naked. And that caused problems.
Yeah, I'm going to a strip club, honey. Do they take off their tops? No. She goes online. I found out they take off their tops. You ain't going.
It's too late. I'm in the car. But honey, I'm with the boys. I'm already there. You can't go in.
I haven't seen Steve in 10 years.
He's inside. He's inside. It's the only way.
He's getting married.
I have to go in, honey.
Yeah, I'm obligated now.
Yeah, well, it doesn't really work anymore.
Hey, can you mind?
Yeah. No, are you kidding? So back in the day,
I'm not relapsing, by the way. It's okay. Everything I did this out of my own goodwill. I wasn't quitting for 6 weeks because I had a problem or thought I did. I just wanted to put myself in check and, you know what I mean? Kind of grab my alcohol by the chokehold and
it proves that you can do it.
Yeah, I just wanted to, and I realized I didn't care for it that much, but I do. Don't get me wrong, I love it. I love whiskey. I love the sour mash. You guys know it.
Sour mash.
Oh, check 1 2. Yeah, sour mash.
Sour mash.
But yeah, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna call this a quit. That was the episode. I had a lot of fun, Dave. So excited that you came. Yeah, dude.
Dude, it's been so long.
Yeah, I know.
So I haven't been in Rob's house since forever, and so now it's the home of the Fun Box.
Fun Box. Yeah, so I have to be very careful on who I invite, and I have cameras, security cameras on the front and back now, so that's good.
Oh, so that you
Just
can't
in case. There's a lot of things I spend a lot of money on, and have. This is all I have to show for.
Wait a minute. So you are spending money to protect that which you have invested in.
No, it's the cameras aren't that much money. I invested way too much money into this stuff. This stuff is
that's here.
The computer's worth. I don't want to say how much it's worth, and the just the microphones and the sound gear and. Well, that's not that much. That's $100.
But you have
condenser
yeah,
mic.
but you have good. Yeah, but the point is that you protect what you own.
Yeah,
you protect what you care about.
We got deadbolts and guns.
Deadbolt. Oh God damn. Deadbolts and guns.
Deadbolts and guns.
Yeah.
Where's Tim Allen at?
I don't know, but man, Last Man Standing it's in its last season. That's really, it's almost sad, but he's got it. He really does have to do something else.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that the show came back for this year with having jumped a year of the whole COVID crisis and said, "Oh, we're back," and nobody has masks on the show anymore because they're past it already. In the time of the show, but it's still the last season. He's like, "Yeah, I gotta go do something else." It's like, well, this was good. I like having a psychotic conservative business owner who's successful on national TV. And he's like, "Yeah, thank you.
Right.
I'm still leaving." Last Man Standing. God bless you, Tim Allen.
Yeah, one of the few Hollywood elites that's not slowly not becoming an elite because of his viewpoints.
Yeah.
But anyway, whatever. It's okay. I like the truth will prevail, and it doesn't matter. And and I don't care. Whatever. I'm not gonna start no militia. I'm part of the non-aggression principle, and
what about all the guns on the rack in the other room?
I'm talking about I could defend my home and my life.
All right.
That's my God-given right to defend my life and my home.
And your wife.
And my
friend,
fiance, I guess I should say.
Really, fiance?
I wouldn't say that. I haven't popped the question yet.
All right. Yeah, I'm seeing naked fingers.
Fiancés don't necessarily mean I get a ring.
You need to tattoo the rings on your.
Oh yeah,
tattoo them.
Yeah,
that's a cool thing. I kind of like that.
Yeah, that's because a vow is very important.
It's a hell of a lot less expensive than gold and diamonds.
Yeah, it is.
Tattoo it.
I could probably do that myself too.
Well,
I need to get a tattoo gun. But.
Well, you can do it yourself, but you might want to send her to somebody that can do it right,
like a professional. No, but yeah, man. I think I'm kind of glad you didn't bring your guitar because it gives me more of a reason to have you on soon again, so we could jam a song.
Okay.
And so have a guitar ready next time I have you on.
Okay. No, well, the song that I wrote for COVID.
Oh, you wrote a song?
I did. I wrote like 7, but the one that is frightening is the I Lost Tuesday.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I Lost Tuesday, and it vacillates between being fucked up by COVID and losing a day, and losing a girl named COVID in a mosh pit.
Her name was COVID?
No, her name was
Corona.
Her name was Tuesday.
Oh,
or Tues.
Sharona. No.
And I lost her in a mosh pit at this crazy concert I went to, but she wasn't really gone. She just fell down.
Right.
And got trampled on, and then stood up and walked back to me. But that's at the end of the song. In the meantime, it might be that I just lost the day for like multiple weeks, like a year. I haven't had a Tuesday in a year.
Wow.
I don't know that I actually missed it, but it felt like it wasn't there.
Right.
So multiple 6-day weeks with entire gigantic gaps, which is not really something that I want to keep doing.
No.
Okay, on that note,
guys, it was awesome having you on. Very soon, I'd like to have you on again. It just a lot of this also there's a lot of people I haven't seen in years and years and years that have came on, and longer than I haven't seen you. I've had people on that I haven't seen in like a decade.
Ooh,
you know,
right.
so
you need to bring us all back. We all still want to be part of your life.
Yeah, it like really like kind of pushes that motive for me too. Just to, and like a lot of it is like a lot of people are like, if I called somebody I haven't seen in 10 years, hey, you want to come over and hang out? It's a little weird. If I go, I have a podcast now, and this is what I do on the side. I don't make any money, so if you want to tip me, PayPal.me/thefunbox. I'm accepting donations.
Always. Wait, let's keep. You need to send Rob some money because this is some really cool gear. And even if you didn't enjoy me here, you can go back and look at the old episodes that are really cool.
Yeah, I think I'm like $6,000 in the hole right now with this thing. With all, I'm talking about programs and building this computer was a lot of money. And not to mention my other computer that I don't even use anymore.
But I like the box, the new box.
Programs, software.
Yeah, where you get to.
This was $400.
Yeah, that's very cool. All right, so you guys need to send Rob some money. Yeah,
send me some.
That was good. Was that good?
Yeah, that was good. I appreciate that.
All right.
All right, guys, we love you. Peace out. Tell your friends and family. Tell your friends and family now.
All right, Erica, this is for you.
All right, the outro. Where are you at? I can never find the outro. Here we go. Peace. We out of here.
Crazy.